right, welcome back, everybody. This week's going to be fun. This is a new artist song for me, not a new artist, but I haven't done anything by this person before. This is Right Down the Line by Gerry Rafferty. It's from 1978. And this is one of those situations where the universe sort of put a lot of things right in front of me, like suggesting, say, like, do this song. Like I heard it on the radio the other day, and I'm like, yeah, I got to get to that. And I watched a documentary on YouTube. I'll put a link to that in the description. And then I was texting with a buddy of mine, Tom Kennedy, in Seattle about football or something, and he's like, hey, you should do Right Down the Line by Gerry Rafferty. And I was like, yeah, I'm totally gonna do it. It's on my list, you know. And then I'm like, one part that I'll get to later on was giving me trouble. I was texting with my other friend, Jay Coover, to try and figure something out on that. And anyway, it's just one of those songs that I think we all want to know, right? It's not immensely difficult necessarily, but beautiful. So we're going to get to that. So I'm going to take you through all the chords, beautiful bridge chord section that goes on there, and then I'll take you through those sweet, sweet, tasty electric parts on this song. All right, so if this is the kind of thing that you like and you haven't done so yet, please jump down, click subscribe, ring the bell. The bell lets you know when I drop new content. I do that every single week. All my lessons have chapters in them, so you can go right to the part of the lesson that you want to see and bypass what you don't. And if you're looking for other ways to support the channel, I appreciate that. There's thanks, like throwing a tip in the tip jar, or even better, you can join my Patreon page where I've got chord charts and tabs for all the lessons I do on YouTube, just like this one. Links in the description, so check it out. Okay, so yeah, Right Down the Line. So we'll just start with the chord structure that's going on this song. And standard tuning. So the song is in the key of F. And the way the chord sequence goes for the verse and the little intro that opens the song is over that verse structure. The first chord is a D minor, then a C, A minor, to F. Right? So don't know exactly what the strum pattern is. And on the record, to be fair, I don't think there is an acoustic guitar, but let's just create the bed for what we're going to do guitar-wise, right? So D minor, C, A, F. It goes around a couple times, and then it resolves. I think this little section technically is the chorus, and it was you. G. Right down the line is A minor, G, and F. Then back to your verse. So playing all the way through. One more. Here we go. So that's the whole verse and chorus formation. Now this next part, it just completely changes key and goes into wild places that are, at least for me anyway, just not predictable chord changes, but beautiful. And he sings amazing harmonies over this. So the first chord is a B minor. So you're going from an F to a B minor. How many times does that happen? And the answer is not many times, right? So B minor to G, to E major, to A major, to F, to D, and it's a D major. You sort of don't necessarily need to emphasize that major third. When I play that, I sort of mute it a little bit. because sometimes it sticks out, but then I'll throw it in just to let you know it's there, kind of thing. But anyway, that's my own ear. So the first time it goes that. The second time it does the same thing, but instead of ending on that D major, you end on a D minor. And then you're back in your verse. So let me play that through. So we'll take it from the chorus through that. So beautiful. Wrong chord at the end there, but beautiful, right? That transition is just great. D major the first time and D minor the second time. And those are the only, I mean, that's the chord sequences through the whole song. And the outro, it goes to that bridge again and just vamps on that. He does that cool vocal, vamp that he does over that bridge section until the fade out. So that's it, right? So then and then your bridge. First time. Second time. So that's the chord basis for everything that we're going to go over on the song here. I'm going to move to electric now, and we'll talk about those sweet parts that are playing over these. Here we go. All right, so let's talk about these great electric parts. So there's basically, I'll call it two different guitars, or two different electric parts. I'll call a rhythm guitar, a rhythm electric part, and then the lead electric part. Okay, I'm going to actually start with the rhythm when I'm calling the rhythm part. Those are the little stabs that you're hearing in the background throughout. I'll have all the details on my signal chain below. I'm just straight into my super reverb, and I've got the reverb dialed up a little bit. I have no idea what guitar was used. Not going to make any claim on it. I'm just getting something clean that I think sounds close. I happen to be on my Strat and my middle pickup. So remember the chord sequence for the verses is a D minor, C, A minor, F. So what's happening on those little stabs, they're just two string pieces of those chords up here. It's always on the first and second string. There's the D minor, right? Next chord is a C, A minor, and then F, and it's this position F. So it's just those two strings. Kind of sounds best when it's an upstroke to me. And then when it goes to the chorus, C, G, A minor, G, F. That's it for those stabs. So those are the positions that he's doing that. When he goes to the bridge, listening to the isolated, it sounds like there is a strummed electric that's going on those chord changes. And to me, it sounds like it's mostly on the strings 1 through 3. Maybe once in a while, catch the 4th string. But it's just the different chord inversions that we had for the bridge. Remember the B minor, G, E, A, F, D, right? So it's just the different chord inversions of those B minor is up here. G. E. A. F. And then D. Or that's what it sounds like it's happening to me. And then the next time. And then you're out. He doesn't play the D minor. And you could do different inversions, right? So B minor, G. The next one is an E, which I was playing down here, but you could also play it here, which sets you up nicely for your A, which sets you up nicely for an F here, instead of playing the D shapes. But I was playing strings 1 through 3 on all of those because it was just brighter and it seemed to cut through and it sounded more like what I was hearing on the record. There you go. So that's that. All right, so let's get to it. So this is now the lead guitar, and it's basically the exact same, pretty much the exact same thing that he plays on the intro that he does later in the guitar solo section, like almost note for note. So, I mean, there might be a little bend here or there where he bends something instead of picks a note, but literally it's like the same thing. So the whole thing in my head is, it's basically built around an F major pentatonic slash D minor pentatonic, which are pretty much the same, right? It's this shape. It's all in that scale shape right there. Yeah, so it's all right in there. And the fun part for me was picking through, like, you know, I think the reason why we like this little solo so much is, you know, it's just so perfectly performed, played. And I'll put the name of the guitar player here because I don't know it off the top of my head, but if that's the guitar player that was on the record here, just masterful work done here. And it also sort of sounds like there's a little bit of slide going on. Now, I'm not good enough to play that with a little pinky slide, which is, I think, what maybe happens here. Hey, what's up, everybody? So future me here, I'm doing a little research on this, and it turns out this lead part that was played on the intro and the guitar solo, that's done on pedal steel. It's a guy named B.J. Cole, and he played those parts, which all makes sense why I wasn't able to sort of make everything work easily on guitar. But anyway, just want to give credit where credit is due. That was played by B.J. Cole. I'm showing you how to play it on a standard tune guitar. So that's what I'm going to take you through now. So anyway, there you go. And the giveaway to that is the highest note that's in the solo. The highest note in the solo here is an F. But it's an F that's too high for any fretboard that I know of. It would be like the 25th fret, like it's up here. And so it's sort of a slide lick that gets that very last thing. But total happy accident. I'm going to actually show you how you can get that lick without having to do that with a slide, and you can play it with your fingers. It's sort of a cheat, but I'm not saying that's how they did it on the record, but I wanted to get that note, and I found a way to get that note, okay? Okay, so let's take you through the part now. I'm just going to pick through where it is. I'm not going to perform it at speed. Let me just start by just showing you where this thing is, all right? That's the first lick. That's the second lick. Third lick. Fourth lick. Now here's where you can get it. Holy hell, how did that happen, right? So up here, my neck pickup, I have it high enough that I could press the string down in between the edge of my pickup and my fretboard, which means that little edge right there is right about where the fret marker would be for a 25th fret F note. And these magnets on my E and B string are flat, so they're not interfering with the string. So what I'm doing is I'm actually pressing down in between, and I'm sort of cheating and getting the string to fret against that pickup, plastic. I tried it on my other Strats, doesn't work because the height and the magnets are up, but on this one, I can get it. So you can bend up. And it ends with that very, very beautiful, now I'm thinking of a D minor here because we're transitioning to a D minor chord. And that's how he gets out of that. Yeah, so there's a cheat for you, how to get that F note. All right, so like I said, I make no claim that that was done on the record. It was very clearly a slide lick where it looks like it's tuned to like an open E chord or an open F chord, and you're sliding up to get that, because it's basically this lick. Right? You're just doing it an octave higher. And like I said, that was clearly played with a slide. You can hear it, especially on the guitar solo, the second one. He comes out of it the same way. But that is actually a two-string harmony that then slides down to that sort of F shape and then slides down to that, because that's part of your B minor. Anyway, I digress. So ladies and gentlemen, that was Right Down the Line by Gerry Rafferty, and I hope you learned something new today. So if this is the kind of thing that you like and you haven't done so yet, please jump down and click subscribe. Ring the bell. The bell lets you know when I drop new content. I do that every single week. Let me know in the comments what you thought about this lesson, and if there's another song you want me to take on and do something similar, let me know that too. But until next week, take care, everybody.